In 2016, Dustin Hoffman appeared on the show Finding Your Roots and discovered something that brought tears to his eyes. It was a revelation that changed how he saw his past and family. Today, we'll explore Hoffman's life and career, from his rise in Hollywood to the emotional moment that uncovered a deeply personal family secret. How did this discovery affect him, and what does it reveal about the man behind the iconic roles? Join us as we dive into the life and career of Dustin Hoffman, one of Hollywood's great actors. Early life. Dustin Lee Hoffman was born on August 8, 1937, in Los Angeles, California. His parents, Harry and Lillian, were Jewish. Harry worked at Columbia Pictures as a prop supervisor before switching to selling furniture. Lillian was a housewife, taking care of Dustin and his older brother, Ronald. The Hoffmans lived a simple life, shaped by the Great Depression and World War II. These tough times led Harry to leave the entertainment industry and start selling furniture, reflecting the uncertain era. Despite the challenges, the Hoffmans stayed close-knit, working together through post-war America. Ronald, Dustin's older brother, excelled in academics and became a lawyer and economist. Dustin, on the other hand, struggled to find his path. Growing up in Los Angeles, he attended Los Angeles High School but wasn't interested in his studies or extracurricular activities. He often felt overshadowed by Ronald's success, making him feel lost during his teenage years. After high school, Dustin went to Santa Monica College to study medicine, but soon realized he didn't have the passion or aptitude for it. His time there was filled with confusion about his future. He left Santa Monica College and enrolled at the Los Angeles Conservatory of Music, aiming to become a classical pianist. However, Dustin's interest in music didn't last long. At the conservatory, he was more drawn to the drama department and decided to switch to acting. He then joined the Pasadena Playhouse, a famous acting school, where he met Gene Hackman, who became a lifelong friend. Dustin's early days at the Pasadena Playhouse were tough. He faced a lot of self-doubt and criticism from his instructors, who told him he didn't have the looks or talent for acting. But Dustin didn't give up. He was determined to prove himself and kept pursuing his passion for acting despite the negativity. In 1958, Dustin made a bold move to New York City to study at the prestigious Actors Studio. Being in the heart of the theater world, he immersed himself in method acting. New York was a big change from Los Angeles, testing his resilience in a competitive environment. Dustin's early years in New York were marked by financial struggles. He took on various odd jobs like being a janitor, a psychiatric hospital attendant, and a coat check worker in restaurants to make ends meet. Despite these hardships, he remained committed to his craft. In the early 1960s, Dustin started landing small roles in off-Broadway productions and television. These roles helped him gain experience and improve his acting skills. He also joined the Theater Company of Boston, where he continued to develop his craft and started gaining attention for his performances. Even with these small successes, he faced a lot of rejection and uncertainty, common for many actors starting out. In 1960, Dustin married Ann Byrne. Their marriage brought some stability to his life amid his budding acting career. They had 2 children together. Despite the long hours and financial strain of his acting career, his family gave him emotional support during tough times. By the mid-1960s, Dustin began to gain more recognition in the New York theater scene. His performance in the off-Broadway production A in 1966 was particularly notable. This role won him the Obie Award for Best Actor, marking a significant turning point in his career. The acclaim he received for A showcased his talent to a broader audience and opened the door to more significant opportunities. The success of A was crucial for Dustin. It marked the beginning of his rise from a struggling actor to a rising star. The recognition he received for his performance brought him to the attention of casting directors and producers, setting the stage for his breakthrough into mainstream success. Early career. In 1967, Dustin Hoffman's career skyrocketed with his role in The Graduate, directed by Mike Nichols. Dustin played Benjamin Braddock, a recent college graduate who gets involved in an affair with an older woman, Mrs. Robinson, played by Anne Bancroft. This role was groundbreaking because of the film's bold themes and Dustin's unconventional look for a leading man. His performance was praised widely, and the film was a massive hit, earning over $100 million at the box office. Dustin's portrayal got him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, making him an overnight star. Following The Graduate, Dustin chose challenging and varied roles. In 1969, he starred in Midnight Cowboy, directed by John Schlesinger. Dustin played Ratso Rizzo, a crippled con artist who befriends a naive Texan named Joe Buck, played by Jon Voight. The film was controversial for its explicit content, but was critically acclaimed and won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Dustin's performance earned him another Oscar nomination, cementing his reputation as a versatile actor who could handle complex characters. In 1970, Dustin starred in Little Big Man, directed by Arthur Penn. He played Jack Crabb, a white man raised by Native Americans who witnesses major events of the Old West. This role showed Dustin's ability to convincingly play various ages and characters, further establishing him as a top actor. The next year, in 1971, Dustin took on a darker role in Straw Dogs, directed by Sam Peckinpah. He played David Sumner, an American mathematician who moves to a small English village with his wife and faces violent locals. The film was highly controversial for its graphic violence and depiction of sexual assault. Despite the controversy, Dustin's intense performance was praised, although the film itself divided audiences and critics. In 1970, Dustin divorced his first wife, Anne Byrne, marking a turbulent period in his personal life. Despite this, he focused on his career and later married attorney Lisa Gottsegan in 1980, with whom he had 4 children. Throughout his career, Dustin managed to keep his family life private, balancing personal responsibilities with his demanding career. During this time, Dustin was also politically active. He participated in various protests and spoke out on social issues, including the anti-Vietnam War movement and civil rights. He used his celebrity status to draw attention to these causes, showing his commitment to social activism. In 1973, Dustin starred alongside Steve McQueen in Papillon, directed by Franklin J. Schaffner. The film, based on Henri Charrier's autobiographical novel, detailed an escape from a French penal colony. Dustin played Louis Degas, a forger who befriends McQueen's character. The film was a commercial success and showed Dustin's ability to support leading roles effectively. Dustin's next significant role came in 1974 with Lenny, directed by Bob Fosse. He portrayed the controversial comedian Lenny Bruce, whose provocative routines and legal battles made him a cultural icon. Dustin's portrayal was intense and nuanced, capturing Bruce's complexity. This role earned Dustin another Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, and the film was praised for its bold depiction of Bruce's life. In 1976, Dustin starred in All the President's Men, directed by Alan J. Pakula. The film, based on the true story of the Watergate scandal, saw Dustin play Carl Bernstein alongside Robert Redford as Bob Woodward. The 2 journalists from The Washington Post uncovered the details of the scandal that led to President Richard Nixon's resignation. The film was a critical and commercial success, and Dustin's performance was praised for its realism. The film received several Academy Award nominations and remains a crucial political film. That same year, Dustin starred in Marathon Man, directed by John Schlesinger. He played Thomas Babe Levy, a graduate student caught in a plot involving stolen diamonds and a Nazi war criminal, played by Laurence Olivier. The film was a thriller with physically demanding scenes, including a memorable torture scene. Dustin's dedication to the role was clear, and the film was another box office success, further establishing him as a major star. During the filming of Marathon Man, Dustin's method acting led to controversy. To prepare for a scene where his character was exhausted, Dustin stayed up for several days to look genuinely worn out. This approach worried his co-star Laurence Olivier, who famously suggested, "Why don't you just try acting?" This incident highlighted Dustin's intense dedication to his craft, sometimes to an extreme. In 1978, Dustin starred in and co-produced Straight Time, directed by Ulu Grosbard. He played Max Dembo, a parolee struggling to reintegrate into society who eventually returns to crime. The film was based on the novel No Beast So Fierce by Edward Bunker. Dustin's performance was praised for its depth and authenticity, though the film didn't achieve major commercial success. During this period, Dustin also worked on various other projects, including stage productions and TV appearances. His commitment to acting went beyond film, showing his versatility and passion for the art form. Continued success. In 1979, Dustin Hoffman's career soared with Kramer vs. Kramer, directed by Robert Benton. The movie dealt with the tough issues of divorce and single parenting. Dustin played Ted Kramer, a workaholic ad executive whose wife, Joanna, played by Meryl Streep, leaves him and their young son, Billy. The story follows Ted as he tries to juggle his demanding job with raising his son alone. Dustin's portrayal of Ted was deeply moving, showing the raw emotions and struggles of his character's situation. The film was a critical and commercial success, resonating with audiences and making over $100 million. Dustin's performance earned him widespread acclaim and his first Academy Award for Best Actor. The film also won several other Oscars, including Best Picture. Dustin's heartfelt performance in Kramer vs. Kramer cemented his status as one of Hollywood's top actors. Dustin's versatility shone again in 1982 with Tootsie, directed by Sidney Pollack. In this comedy drama, Dustin played Michael Dorsey, a struggling actor known for being difficult. To land a role, he disguises himself as a woman, Dorothy Michaels, and auditions for a part on a popular soap opera. The film cleverly addressed gender roles and sexism with plenty of humor. Dustin's transformation into Dorothy was both convincing and hilarious. His performance was praised for its depth and comedic timing, earning him another Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Tootsie was a hit, grossing over $177 million. Dustin's ability to mix comedy with social commentary made the film memorable and one of his best roles. In 1985, Dustin took on the iconic role of Willie Loman in a TV adaptation of Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, directed by Volker Schlendorf. This role was a big departure from his previous roles, showing his skill in playing deeply troubled characters. Willie Loman is an aging salesman, struggling with his life's failures. Dustin's portrayal of Willie was intense and heartbreaking. He brought a new level of depth to the character, capturing Willie's desperation and disillusionment. His performance earned him an Emmy Award and a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a miniseries or TV movie. This role further proved Dustin's ability to deliver powerful performances across different mediums. In 1987, Dustin faced a setback with the release of Ishtar, directed by Elaine May. Co-starring with Warren Beatty, the film was a comedy about two inept lounge singers caught in a Cold War espionage plot. Despite the star-studded cast, the film was a critical and commercial failure, known for its high production costs and poor reception. Ishtar was widely panned for its incoherence and failed humor, becoming one of Hollywood's most infamous flops. Dustin later kept a sense of humor about the project, acknowledging its flaws but defending the hard work behind it. Despite this setback, Dustin bounced back with one of his most iconic roles. Dustin's comeback came with Rain Man in 1988, directed by Barry Levinson. Dustin played Raymond Babbitt, an autistic savant who goes on a cross-country trip with his estranged brother Charlie, played by Tom Cruise. The film explored themes of family, disability, and personal growth. Dustin's portrayal of Raymond was meticulous and deeply touching. He spent significant time researching and interacting with autistic individuals to ensure an authentic performance. His dedication paid off, as the film was a critical and commercial success, grossing over $354 million worldwide. Rain Man won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actor for Dustin. His performance is often cited as one of the greatest in cinema history, showing his ability to portray a complex character with sensitivity and depth. Throughout the 1980s, Dustin's personal life stayed relatively stable. He married Lisa Gottsagen in 1980, and they had 4 children: Jake, Rebecca, Maxwell, and Alexandra. Despite his busy career, Dustin prioritized his family, often keeping his private life away from the public eye. Dustin also continued his political activism, supporting various social causes. He was involved in environmental activism and supported the Democratic Party. Using his celebrity platform, Dustin advocated for policies and candidates that matched his views on social justice and environmental protection. His commitment to activism showed his concern for issues beyond Hollywood. In 1989, Dustin starred in Family Business, directed by Sidney Lumet. He played Vito McMullen, a middle-aged man torn between his criminal father Jesse, played by Sean Connery, and his son Adam, played by Matthew Broderick. The film was a crime drama exploring family dynamics and generational conflict. Though Dustin's performance was solid, the film received mixed reviews and did not do well at the box office. Despite this, Dustin's portrayal of a man caught between family loyalty and moral integrity was praised for its depth and complexity. In 1990, Dustin took a supporting role in Dick Tracy, directed by and starring Warren Beatty. Dustin played Mumbles, a small-time criminal with a severe speech impediment. The film, based on the comic strip, was noted for its vibrant visual style and star-studded cast, including Al Pacino and Madonna. Dick Tracy was a commercial success, grossing over $162 million worldwide, and received positive reviews for its stylized approach and performances. Dustin's role, though minor, added a memorable touch to the film, showcasing his ability to transform into a wide range of characters. One notable incident in Dustin's career happened during the filming of Kramer vs. Kramer. Dustin's intense method acting led to a controversial moment when he slapped Meryl in an unscripted scene. Meryl, ever the professional, continued with the scene, but the incident was widely reported. This episode highlighted Dustin's commitment to his craft, sometimes causing discomfort to his co-stars. Despite this controversy, Dustin continued to be respected for his dedication and skill as an actor. His willingness to fully immerse himself in his roles often pushed the boundaries of conventional acting, adding to his reputation as one of the most committed actors in Hollywood. One iconic role after another. In 1991, Dustin Hoffman took on one of his most iconic roles as the main character in Steven Spielberg's Hook. This movie offered a fresh take on the classic Peter Pan tale, featuring Robin Williams as an adult Peter Pan who has to return to Neverland to save his kids from Captain Hook. Hoffman's portrayal of the evil pirate stood out, showing his skill in mixing drama with charm. His performance received a lot of praise and played a big part in the movie's success, with it earning over $300 million globally. Even though critics had mixed feelings, Hook remains a fan favorite, largely because of Hoffman's engaging performance. The next year, in 1992, Hoffman starred in Hero, directed by Stephen Frears. In this drama comedy, he played Bernie LaPlante, a small-time crook who unexpectedly becomes a hero after saving passengers from a plane crash. However, his act of bravery is overshadowed when another man takes the credit. Hoffman's portrayal of Bernie was praised for its depth and humor, making the character's reluctant heroism more compelling. Though Hero got mixed reviews, Hoffman's performance was a highlight, showcasing his talent for complex roles. In 1995, Hoffman led the cast of the medical thriller Outbreak, directed by Wolfgang Petersen. The story revolves around a deadly virus outbreak, with Hoffman playing Colonel Sam Daniels, an Army virologist focused on stopping it. Outbreak was a hit at the box office, resonating with contemporary fears about pandemics. Hoffman's intense and urgent portrayal of a dedicated scientist demonstrated his versatility and ability to lead in high-stakes situations, reinforcing his reputation as a top actor in Hollywood. Hoffman continued to take on challenging roles, such as in the 1996 film Sleepers, directed by Barry Levinson. This movie, based on Lorenzo Carcaterra's novel, tells the story of 4 boys who endure abuse at a reform school and seek revenge as adults. Hoffman played Danny Snyder, an alcoholic lawyer who helps them in their quest for justice. The film featured a star-studded cast, including Brad Pitt, Kevin Bacon, and Robert De Niro. Hoffman's performance added emotional depth to the complex narrative, despite the film's mixed reviews. His portrayal of Snyder was both understated and powerful, highlighting his ability to deliver nuanced performances. In 1997, Hoffman starred in the critically acclaimed political satire Wag the Dog, directed by Barry Levinson. He played Stanley Motz, a flamboyant Hollywood producer hired to create a fake war to distract the public from a presidential scandal. The film, co-starring Robert De Niro, was praised for its sharp wit and timely commentary on media manipulation and political spin. Hoffman's portrayal of Motz earned him a Golden Globe Award and an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. His performance was particularly notable for its blend of humor and cynicism, capturing the absurdity of political machinations. Hoffman stepped into the science fiction genre with the 1998 film Sphere, directed by Barry Levinson and based on Michael Crichton's novel. He played Dr. Norman Goodman, a psychologist part of a team sent to investigate a mysterious alien spacecraft found on the ocean floor. Despite its intriguing premise and high-profile cast, including Sharon Stone and Samuel L. Jackson, Sphere was a critical and commercial flop. Critics panned its complicated plot and poor execution. Nonetheless, Hoffman's performance showed his commitment, even when the material didn't quite measure up. In 1999, Hoffman had a supporting role in The Messenger, The Story of Joan of Arc, directed by Luc Besson. He played the Conscience, a ghostly figure who challenges Joan's beliefs. The film starred Milla Jovovich as Joan of Arc and received mixed reviews. However, Hoffman's mysterious portrayal of the Conscience added a philosophical depth to the historical drama. His performance was subtle yet impactful, showing his ability to make a strong impression even in smaller roles. Hoffman continued to take on emotionally intense roles, like in the 2002 film Moonlight Mile, written and directed by Brad Silberling. This poignant drama is about a young man dealing with the murder of his fiancée and his relationship with her grieving parents, played by Hoffman and Susan Sarandon. Hoffman's portrayal of Ben Floss, the heartbroken father, was praised for its emotional depth and subtlety. His performance brought authenticity and humanity to the character, contributing to the film's generally positive reception. Though slightly outside the requested range, it's worth mentioning that in 2003, Hoffman starred in Runaway Jury, directed by Gary Fleeter. He played Wendell Rohr, a lawyer fighting against a powerful gun manufacturer in a high-stakes trial. The film, based on John Grisham's novel, featured a notable courtroom showdown between Hoffman and Gene Hackman. The movie received mixed reviews, but was recognized for its strong performances. In 2003, Dustin Hoffman took on the role of Wendell Rohr in the movie Runaway Jury. Directed by Gary Fleeter, this film is based on a novel by John Grisham and revolves around a high-stakes legal battle against a powerful gun company. Dustin's portrayal of Wendell, a lawyer fighting for justice, was gripping and intense. The movie also featured Gene Hackman, John Cusack, and Rachel Weisz. Despite mixed reviews, Dustin's courtroom scenes, especially those with Jean, were praised for their drama and emotional depth. In 2004, Dustin appeared in the quirky movie I Heart Huckabees, directed by David O. Russell. He played Bernard Jaffe, an existential detective who, along with his wife Vivian, played by Lily Tomlin, helps people with their philosophical problems. The film's unique style got mixed reviews, but Dustin's performance stood out for its humor and intellectual depth, adding a special touch to the film's exploration of life's big questions. The same year, Dustin joined the comedy hit Meet the Fockers, directed by Jay Roach. He played Bernie Focker, the free-spirited dad of Greg, played by Ben Stiller. Dustin's chemistry with Barbra Streisand, who played his wife, was a highlight. The movie was a huge success, earning over $516 million worldwide and showing off Dustin's comedic talents. 6 years later, in 2010, Dustin was back as Bernie in Little Fockers, the third movie in the series. The film got mixed reviews, but Dustin's charming and funny performance was appreciated, proving he still had a strong appeal. In the same year, Dustin was in Finding Neverland, directed by Mark Forster. The film starred Johnny Depp as J.M. Barrie, the creator of Peter Pan, and focused on Barrie's relationship with the family that inspired the story. Dustin played Charles Frohman, Barrie's producer. The film was well received and earned several Oscar nominations. Dustin's role, though small, was praised for adding depth to the movie. In 2005, Dustin starred in The Lost City, directed by Andy Garcia. The movie, set during the Cuban Revolution, featured Andy as a nightclub owner whose life is disrupted by political chaos. Dustin played Meyer Lansky, a real-life mobster with interests in Cuba. Though the film had mixed reviews, Dustin's portrayal of Meyer was noted for its authenticity and depth, adding seriousness to the historical drama. Dustin showed his versatility again in 2006, with a role in Perfume: The Story of a Murderer, directed by Tom Tykwer. He played Giuseppe Baldini, a master perfumer who mentors the main character, Jean-Baptiste. The film got mixed reviews, but Dustin's eccentric and engaging performance was praised. Also in 2006, Dustin starred in Stranger Than Fiction, directed by Mark Forster. He played Professor Jules Hilbert, a literature professor helping Harold, played by Will Ferrell, understand his life when he starts hearing a narration of it. The film got positive reviews, and Dustin's witty and supportive role added depth to the movie's exploration of fate and free will. In 2007, Dustin played the lead in Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, directed by Zach Helm. He was Mr. Megorium, an eccentric toy store owner planning to retire and leave his magical store to his assistant, played by Natalie Portman. The family-friendly film got mixed reviews, but showcased Dustin's ability to charm audiences with whimsical characters. In 2008, Dustin starred in Last Chance Harvey, directed by Joel Hopkins. He played Harvey Shine, a jingle writer at a crossroads in life who finds love with Kate, played by Emma Thompson. The film was well received, especially for the chemistry between Dustin and Emma. His heartfelt performance earned him a Golden Globe nomination. Dustin ventured into voice acting with the Kung Fu Panda series, voicing Master Shifu. The first film, released in 2008 and directed by Mark Osborne and John Stevenson, was a hit. He reprised his role in Kung Fu Panda 2 in 2011. Both films were praised for their animation and voice acting, with Dustin's Shifu being a standout character. In 2012, Dustin made his directorial debut with Quartet. The film, based on a play by Ronald Harwood, is set in a home for retired opera singers and stars Maggie Smith, Tom Courtenay, Billy Connolly, and Pauline Collins. Quartet received positive reviews for its charm, marking a successful transition for Dustin from acting to directing. His directorial work was praised for its warmth and understanding of character-driven stories. Dustin also returned to TV with the HBO series Luck, which aired from 2011 to 2012. He played Ace Bernstein, a crime boss involved in horse racing. Despite positive reviews for Dustin's performance, Luck was canceled after one season due to concerns over animal safety. Dustin's portrayal of Ace was noted for its intensity and complexity. In 2014, Dustin starred in The Choir, also known as Boichoir, directed by François Girard. He played Master Carvel, the strict conductor of a prestigious choir school, mentoring a troubled boy with a talent for singing. Dustin's performance was praised for its emotional intensity and mentorship dynamic, even though the film got mixed reviews. Throughout the 2000s and early 2010s, Dustin kept a low profile personally. He remained married to Lisa Gottsagen, with whom he has 6 children. Dustin often spoke about balancing his family life with his career, emphasizing the importance of spending time with loved ones. His commitment to his family was clear, as he frequently expressed his devotion to Lisa and their children in interviews. In 2015, Dustin Hoffman took on roles in 2 very different films, showing off his acting range. The first was The Program, a biographical drama directed by Stephen Frears. This film tells the story of cyclist Lance Armstrong, played by Ben Foster, and his doping scandal. Dustin played Bob Hammond, a sports betting consultant. Even though the film had mixed reviews, Dustin's role added depth to the story. Critics noted how his character brought an extra layer of complexity, proving Dustin's knack for enhancing any movie he's in. In 2016, Dustin played a big part in the TV series Medici Masters of Florence. He was Giovanni de' Medici, the head of the Medici family and founder of their banking empire. The series, starring Richard Madden, explored the political and financial power struggles of the Renaissance. Dustin's portrayal of Giovanni was well received, adding weight to the series. His performance showed his talent for bringing historical figures to life. The Discovery. In March of 2016, Dustin explored his roots on the PBS genealogy show Finding Your Roots. This emotional journey uncovered that both his grandfather and great-grandfather were killed by the Soviet secret police. His great-grandmother survived a Russian concentration camp and made it to the United States. These discoveries brought Dustin to tears, as he realized why his father might have kept such painful family history hidden. This experience deepened Dustin's connection to his Jewish heritage and his family's resilience. Dustin's appearance on Finding Your Roots in 2016 was a turning point for him. Hosted by historian Henry Louis Gates Jr., the show uses genealogy and DNA to uncover the family histories of celebrities. For Dustin, this journey revealed hidden family secrets that had a big impact on him. Dustin learned that his grandfather, Frank, and great-grandfather Sam were both killed by the Soviet secret police. His great-grandmother Liba survived 5 years in a Russian concentration camp before escaping to the U.S. This was shocking because Dustin's father never spoke about their traumatic past. As Gates showed Dustin Ellis Island records and other documents, Dustin couldn't hold back his emotions. Learning about Liba's incredible strength, despite losing an arm and having poor vision, left Dustin in tears. Gates called Liba the hero of your family tree, which deeply moved Dustin. Reflecting on his newfound knowledge, Dustin felt a stronger connection to his Jewish roots, saying, "People ask me today, 'What are you?' I say, 'I'm a Jew.'" Acting projects amidst huge controversy. In 2017, Dustin starred in The Meyerowitz Stories, directed by Noah Baumbach. The film, featuring Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, and Emma Thompson, is about a dysfunctional family reuniting in New York. Dustin played Harold Meyerowitz, the family patriarch, an artist whose career never took off. The film was praised for its writing and performances, with Dustin's portrayal of the complex, often difficult Harold earning critical acclaim. His ability to bring such a multifaceted character to life showed his talent for playing deeply human, flawed individuals. However, 2017 also brought controversy for Dustin. Several women accused him of sexual misconduct, with allegations dating back to the 1980s and 1990s. These accusations emerged during the Me Too movement, which saw many Hollywood figures accused of harassment and assault. Dustin apologized for any behavior that made women uncomfortable, but denied some of the specific allegations. The revelations got a lot of media coverage and affected his public image, overshadowing his professional achievements. In 2019, Dustin starred in the Italian thriller Into the Labyrinth, directed by Donato Carisi. He played Dr. Green, a criminal profiler investigating the case of a woman who reappears after being kidnapped for 15 years. The film had mixed reviews, but Dustin's performance was appreciated for its depth and complexity. His portrayal of Dr. Green showed his skill in diving into dark, intricate stories, adding another compelling character to his filmography. In 2022, Dustin starred in As They Made Us, a family drama written and directed by Mayim Bialik. The film, which also starred Deanna Agron and Simon Helberg, dealt with themes of family, illness, and reconciliation. Dustin played Eugene, the family patriarch dealing with a terminal illness. The film received positive reviews, with Dustin's performance being praised for its emotional depth and authenticity. His portrayal of Eugene provided a moving look at the complexities of family relationships and facing mortality. Throughout these years, Dustin's personal life stayed mostly private, especially after the controversies. He continued to live with his wife, Lisa Gott-Sagan, and stayed close to their 6 children. Despite public scrutiny, Dustin focused on his family and selected professional projects. His experience on Finding Your Roots deeply affected him, bringing him closer to his Jewish heritage and giving him a better understanding of his family's history.